be watching from home. You've got your home office, you've got your kids, you've got your life, you've got the dishes. How can you handle working and your kids 24/7? We're live via Skype with Lindsay Teague Moreno, author of Boss Up. This ain't your mama's business book. It's good to see you. Let's get straight to it. Every mom and dad out there who's trying to juggle parenthood with working, what's the number one thing they should do?
Number one thing that my kids ask for me, I have 3 kids, 11, 11, and 9, and the number one thing I get asked for is snacks. So the number one thing you should do to keep them off your back is take some snacks that are fine for them to eat no matter when, put them in a basket, put it low for them, and then tell them they can have as many as they want, so they don't have to come to you, and that gives you an extra about 15 minutes alone.
Endless snacks. I like it. Number 2, you're talking about kids do thrive on routine. That's why we like folks to wake up with us. Keep waking up. Keep the schedule.
Yep.
So how can you encourage routine?
Yeah, so I would tell you to make a screen time to-do list. Like right now, your kids think they're on vacation. It's screen time all the time. So I would tell you to make a list that they can go down and they can check off on their own of things they need to do before they're allowed to have screen time. Then they don't need to ask you. Again, that's one less thing they have to come to you for.
Oh, you know what? I like the way you think. And this next one I like too, because let's face it, there's a lot of stuff that needs to get done around the house. How can you use chores, or should you use chores as a way to get your kids motivated?
Oh, you absolutely should. If your kid comes to you and says they're bored, to me, that's the magic word. I have not given you enough to do. And so I make a list of about 20 chores that I know my kids can do around my house. And every time I hear that magic on board, like story, then they get a chore. That's the way it goes, and they have to do it before they can do anything else.
Remind me to never tell you that I'm bored when I come visit your house. And finally,
you won't be.
Let me ask you too, for parents who are working from home, like most of our viewers are, what's something they ought to be doing so that they don't either get too into their work or too distracted from it? There's got to be a balance, right?
Yeah, there is. I mean, I think we should, number one, as parents, keep in mind that our kids are way more capable than we think. Like when I was a kid, my mom would say, go outside and don't come back till after dinner. We can do that. Like we forget that we don't have to be on our kids like white on rice all the time. We don't. We can let them go and play, number one. And number 2 is to make sure that you're communicating with them. If you need some time because you're working, explain to them, hey, look, I pay the bills. If you'd like to continue to eat, I need some time to be able to do stuff, to be able to get that stuff done. And I find that being really honest with my kids really works.
I love it. Thanks for joining us. I want to know how you get the how do you get the blur background, because I want to blur the background in my house. It's a mess, but whatever you're doing there is a cool little filter. I don't know how she does that.
Skype.
Skype.
It's amazing.
We'll check in with you later on.